Public bidding laws are designed to ensure fairness and transparency in the procurement process, and they vary by state and municipality. In Arkansas, according to Arkansas Code Annotated Section 14.100-101, any contract over $25,000 for construction or services must be awarded through a competitive bidding process. Once a bid is submitted and accepted, it is generally considered binding on the contractor. However, there may be exceptions to this rule. Firstly, mutual mistake. If both parties made a mistake material to the bid, the contract may be rescinded. Secondly, change in circumstances. If unforeseen circumstances arise that make it impossible or impracticable to perform the contract as originally bid, the contract may be modified or terminated. If you were listed as the electrical subcontractor on the successful bid and your price was used to calculate the total bid amount, this generally implies that your company is responsible for performing the electrical work at the specified price. A contractor's request for you to change your price to match another contractor's is problematic. You are not legally obligated to modify your bid unless there has been a material change in circumstances that was not known or foreseeable at the time of bidding. Here are a few options. Firstly, negotiate with the contractor. Explain your position and attempt to negotiate a compromise that allows you to maintain your original price. Secondly, consult with an attorney. An attorney can review the specific circumstances of your case and advise you of your legal rights and options. Thirdly, file a complaint. If you believe the contractor is violating the public bidding laws or engaging in unethical practices, you may file a complaint with the appropriate authorities, such as the Arkansas State Procurement Office. Relevant laws and regulations include Arkansas Code Annotated Section 14.100-101 and Arkansas Public Procurement Code, Chapter 6. It is important to remember that the specifics of these laws can be complex, and seeking legal advice is always a good idea when facing a contractual dispute. Carefully document all communications and agreements related to the bid and the subsequent contract negotiations. This documentation could prove valuable if legal action becomes necessary. Consider the long-term implications of your decision. While lowering your price to keep the job might seem like a solution, it could set a precedent for future projects and potentially undermine your profitability. If you decide to negotiate, be prepared to justify your original price. Provide a detailed breakdown of your costs, including labor, materials, overhead, and profit. This transparency can help the contractor understand the value you bring to the project. If the contractor insists on using the other electrical contractor, request written documentation of their reasons. This documentation could be helpful if you decide to pursue legal action or file a complaint. Before filing a formal complaint, consider sending a demand letter to the contractor. A demand letter outlines your concerns, states your legal position, and requests a specific action from the contractor, such as honoring your original bid price. This may prompt the contractor to reconsider their position and avoid further escalation. If you are unable to resolve the dispute through negotiation or mediation, consider pursuing legal action. A breach of contract lawsuit could potentially force the contractor to honor your original bid price or compensate you for your losses. Thoroughly review the bid documents and any communications you had with the contractor before submitting your bid. Look for any clauses or provisions that might be relevant to the dispute, such as clauses addressing changes in price or unforeseen circumstances. Research past cases involving similar disputes over public bidding laws in Arkansas. Understanding how courts have ruled in similar cases can help you assess your chances of success in a legal action. Explore alternative dispute resolution methods such as mediation or arbitration. These methods can often be less expensive and time-consuming than traditional litigation. If the contractor's actions appear to be part of a pattern of unethical behavior, consider reporting them to industry associations or licensing boards. This could help prevent similar situations from occurring in the future. If you are a member of a trade association, seek advice and support from them. They may have resources or expertise that can help you navigate the dispute. Consider the potential impact of the dispute on your reputation and relationships with other contractors and clients. Weigh the benefits of pursuing legal action against the potential costs to your business. Document any additional costs you incur as a result of the dispute, such as legal fees, lost profits, or wasted time. This documentation will be important if you decide to pursue legal action or seek compensation. Consult with a construction law expert who has experience handling disputes involving public bidding laws. A specialist will be able to provide you with the most accurate and up-to-date legal advice. Consider the potential impact of the dispute on your ability to bid on future projects. Some contractors may be hesitant to work with subcontractors who have a history of disputes. Evaluate the contractor's financial stability. If they are experiencing financial difficulties, they may be more likely to try to cut costs by pressuring subcontractors to lower their prices. Check the contractor's references and reputation in the industry. This can give you insights into their business practices and their history of dealing with subcontractors. If you are concerned about the contractor's compliance with labor laws, consider contacting the Arkansas Department of Labor. If the project involves federal funding, there may be additional regulations or requirements that apply. Familiarize yourself with these regulations to ensure that the contractor is in compliance. If you are concerned about potential fraud or corruption, consider contacting the Arkansas Attorney General's office. Consider the potential tax implications of the dispute. Consult with a tax advisor to understand how any legal settlements or judgments might affect your tax liability. If you are unable to resolve the dispute amicably, be prepared to defend your position in court. This may require significant time, effort, and resources. Remember that the goal is to achieve a fair and equitable resolution to the dispute while protecting your rights and interests as a subcontractor.